My daughter watched as every cousin received iPads, jewelry, and cash. When she got nothing, my mother-in-law smirked. You don't count. My husband sat in silence, but then my 7-year-old calmly slid a box across the table. Dad told me to give this to you if you ever treated me like I don't exist. My mother-in-law laughed, opened it, and then let out a scream that silenced everyone. A big, loud family Christmas at my mother-in-law's house. The kind of place where the tree's so perfect it looks like it's straight out of a Hallmark movie. Gold ornaments, twinkling lights, the whole deal. The table's set with fancy china, there's a fire crackling, and gifts are piled so high you can barely see the floor. It's the kind of scene you're supposed to feel grateful to be part of. But for me, it was like walking into a room holding my breath, waiting for something to go wrong. And it always did, especially for my daughter, Zia. I married Travis 5 years ago thinking I was stepping into this big, warm, all-American family. You know the type, cookouts, game nights, everyone laughing over homemade pie. Travis's mom, Lorraine, was the queen of it all. She had this commanding presence, like she could hush a room with one look. I admired that at first. I wanted her to like me. I tried so hard. Brought casseroles to dinners, smiled through her backhanded compliments, hugged her goodbye even when it felt forced. For a while, I thought I was winning her over. She'd smile, say nice things about my cooking, but then I started noticing the cracks. Little things like forgetting to include me in family group texts or pointing out how I didn't grow up with their values. It was subtle, just enough to make me wonder if I was imagining it, but I wasn't. Then there was Zia. She's my daughter from my first marriage. Just 2 when Travis came into our lives. He didn't blink. He stepped up, loved her like she was his own, and when we got married, he adopted her. No step in our house. She was his daughter, period. But Lorraine, she never got on board. She'd send Zia a birthday card or a cheap toy for Christmas, but it was never the same as what she gave her other grandkids, Maddie and Jonah. They got matching pajamas, invites to cousin sleepovers, all the love poured on thick. Zia, she got a plastic doll or a book Lorraine clearly grabbed last minute. And Zia noticed. Kids always do. I tried to smooth it over. Grandma's just forgetful, I'd say, hating how hollow it sounded. But every holiday, it got worse. Like at Thanksgiving, when Lorraine gave every grandkid a personalized plate with their name in gold, except Zia. She got a plain one from the back of the cabinet. That night, Zia whispered, maybe she thinks I'm just visiting. My heart broke. Travis heard it too, and I saw his jaw tighten. I think that was when he started to really see it, the way his mom treated Zia like she didn't belong. Still, we kept showing up. I told myself it was for family, for Zia to have cousins, for those big holiday memories every kid deserves. I told myself love didn't need to be proven with gifts or matching outfits. But deep down, I was scared. Scared of being the problem wife, scared of making Travis choose between me and his mom. So I stayed quiet, swallowing the hurt, thinking I was teaching Zia to be the bigger person. But what I was really teaching her was to accept being treated as less. And that's a lesson no kid should learn. Travis and I fought about it late at night after Zia was asleep. I'd whisper, she's your daughter too. Why don't you say something? He'd nod, say he saw it, promise to talk to his mom, but then he'd go quiet. I get it. He didn't want to hurt her. But what about Zia? By the time that Christmas rolled around, I was done hoping for change. I packed matching outfits for the kids, baked extra cookies, wrapped thoughtful gifts for everyone, but I wasn't chasing Lorraine's approval anymore. I was waiting for the moment when silence wasn't the kind thing to do anymore. That moment came faster than I expected. It was Christmas Eve at Lorraine's, and the house was picture perfect, as always. Zia walked in wearing the gold dress she'd picked out herself, her curls bouncing, clutching a gift she'd made for Lorraine, a wooden trinket box she painted in art class, with grandma in glittery, crooked letters. She was so proud of it. But Lorraine barely glanced at her, just took the box and set it aside like it was nothing. She hugged Maddie and Jonah, gushed over how big they were getting, handed Maddie a velvet pouch with a wing. Zia, she got a "Hi, sweetie, you look festive," and nothing else. Dinner came and went, and then it was time for gifts. Lorraine made it a whole production, sitting in her armchair like she was handing out Oscars. Jonah got an envelope stuffed with cash. Maddie got a shiny new iPad and a silver bracelet set. Everyone clapped, smiled, oohed, and ah'd. Then Lorraine called Zia's name, holding up a small gift bag. Didn't want you to feel completely left out, she said, like it was a joke. Zia walked up, took the bag, and sat back down next to me. Inside was a lavender candle in a plain glass jar with a tag that read, "To Travis's girl." That was it. No sparkle, no thought, just a candle and a label that cut like a knife. I looked at Travis. His jaw was tight, his hands clasped so hard his knuckles were white. Zia didn't cry, didn't frown, but I saw her pulling inward, getting smaller, quieter. The kind of quiet that lingers in a kid long after the day's over. Lorraine moved on like nothing happened, handing out more gifts, laughing, sipping champagne. I couldn't hear any of it. All I could see was my daughter, holding that candle in her lap, shrinking in a room full of people who were supposed to love her. In the kitchen later, I cornered Travis. "You need to say something," I whispered. She called Zia Travis's girl like she's not family. He didn't answer right away, just looked at me with this heavy, tired expression. Then he said, "I told Zia to give her the box if this happened again. I told her she could decide when it was time." I stared at him. "You're serious?" He nodded. He remembered. In the car on the way home, Zia was quiet, holding that candle and a small red box Travis had given her months ago. Her voice was so small when she asked, "Is Grandma mad at me?" I reached for her hand, but Travis spoke first. "No, sweetheart. Grandma just forgot something important, but I think she's about to remember." Zia looked at the box in her lap and said, "Then I want to give it to her tomorrow." My heart skipped. This wasn't just another moment we'd rush off. My 7-year-old was done being invisible. The next morning, Zia got ready like it was the first day of school. She wanted her gold dress again, her curls redone, gun, her glittery headband, the same one she wore the day Travis signed her adoption papers. She didn't say it was for luck, but I knew. In the car, she held that red box like it was her shield. When we got to Lorraine's for brunch, everything looked the same. Same wreath, same cinnamon and ham smell, same fake smiles. But we weren't the same. We weren't guests anymore. We were a family walking in with our truth. Zia barely ate, just sat there watching. Lorraine complimented Maddie's dress 3 times, never mentioned Zia's. After dessert, when everyone was chatting and passing around coffee, Zia stood up. No one noticed at first. Then she walked to the head of the table, right where Lorraine sat, and placed the red box in front of her. "Grandma," she said, clear as a bell, "Dad told me to give this to you if you ever ignored me again." The room rose, forks stopped, glasses stopped clinking. Lorraine gave a nervous laugh. "What's this, sweetheart?" Zia didn't answer, just stepped back and sat down. Travis grabbed my hand under the table, squeezing tight. Lorraine picked up the box, still chuckling, like it was a game. She peeled back the red paper, opened the lid, and her smile vanished. Inside was a framed photo of Travis holding Zia on her 2nd birthday, the day we celebrated her adoption. Cake on her cheeks, her arms around his neck, and a caption in gold, "Day 1 Dad." Under it, an envelope. Lorraine's hands shook as she pulled out Zia's adoption papers, signed by a judge, Travis's name clear as day under father. Then she opened a letter, written in Travis's handwriting. I didn't know what it said until later, but I watched her face fall as she read it. Her lips moved, her eyes blinked hard, like she could make the words disappear. They didn't. The letter said, "Mom, if you're reading this, you've hurt my daughter again. Not just mine by love, but mine by law, by promise, by choice. I've watched you treat Zia like an outsider for years. I hoped you'd change, that you'd open your heart like I did. But if Zia had to give you this box, it means she saw what I saw, that you don't consider her real. She's my child, your granddaughter. If you can't love her equally, you don't love me. I won't let her grow up thinking she has to earn her place. She belongs. If you can't accept that, you're not welcome in our lives." Lorraine dropped the letter like it burned her. Her face went pale, and then she screamed, a raw, gut-wrenching sound that drowned out the Christmas carols. She stood, her chair scraping the floor, muttering, "I can't believe you'd embarrass me like this." Travis stood too. "We didn't embarrass you," he said. "You did that yourself." Lorraine pointed at me. "This is her doing. She turned you against me." I stood, calm but firm. "No, Zia gave you a gift, a chance to see her. You chose not to." The room was silent except for the fire crackling. Zia just watched, not scared, not confused, just steady. Travis held out his hand. "Ready to go?" She nodded. I grabbed our coats, helped Zia into hers, and we walked out. No one stopped us. No one said goodbye. Just me, Travis, and Zia, leaving behind a house full of decorations and empty promises. In the car, Zia buckled up and asked softly, "Do you think she read the whole letter?" Travis looked at her in the rearview mirror. Every word. Zia smiled, just a little, like something inside her had settled. Not because Lorraine changed, but because she didn't need her to anymore. We didn't go back to Lorraine's after that. No more parties, no more forced smiles. There was just silence from her, and we didn't chase it. For the first time, there was peace. I thought Zia might miss her, but instead, I saw freedom. She stopped watching the door at family events, stopped asking why her gifts were different. She stopped measuring her worth by Lorraine's rejection. A week later, a package arrived for Zia. Inside was a silver bracelet with a heart charm and a note from Maddie. "I'm sorry Grandma was mean. You're my cousin forever. I bought this with my allowance." Zia slid it on and never took it off. That bracelet meant more than any iPad ever could. It told her she was chosen, seen, loved. Travis changed too. He'd carried the guilt of balancing his mom and his daughter for years. But after that day, I saw relief in his eyes. He chose Zia, no apologies. One night, I found him watching her sleep, just sitting there. "I should have done it sooner," he said. "You did it when she needed you," I told him. We started new traditions. Small, real ones. Baking cookies for neighbors, building pillow forts, watching movies in pajamas. We didn't replace what we lost, we built what mattered. People think cutting off toxic family is easy. It's not. It hurts, even when it's right. But watching your kid shrink to fit someone else's comfort, that hurts worse. I'll never do that again. That day at Lorraine's wasn't about drama or revenge. It was about Zia claiming her space in a room that tried to make her feel small. It was about her saying, "I belong," and it was about us, her parents, standing behind her with more than words. I kept that red box tucked away with Zia's baby shoes and hospital bracelet. Not to remember the pain, but to honor the strength it took to face it. My 7-year-old taught me what family really means. The people who show up, who protect you, who make you feel safe when the world tries to make you small.